News Channel 5 on your site presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Hello, everybody. Good to have you with us today. The Women of Color Foundation has partnered with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District and the Cleveland Foundation to present a forum focused on women in leadership. And Catherine Hall is Manager of Diversity at the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, and she is here along with Lisa Bottoms, Program Director for Human Services and Child and Youth Development at the Cleveland Foundation. They'll tell us about the forum taking place on August the 18th. Later on, we'll hear from David Todd, the Artistic Director for Playwrights Local, and Terrence Spivey, the director of a new production focused on the 2014 shooting of Tamir Rice. And later in the broadcast after that, the executive director of Consortium of African American Organizations, William Holdup Jr., and graduate of KO's Youth Innovation Forum, Lauren Hobbs, will be here to tell us about the 2016 forum. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Beginning with Lisa Bottoms, who's seated to the left here, Program Director for Human Services and Child and Youth Development at the Cleveland Foundation, and Catherine Hall, Manager of Diversity at the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. Good to have you both with us.
Thanks, Leon.
Tell me about this partnership now. This is an unusual partnership now between the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District and the Women of Color Foundation. Tell me about that.
Well, we partner with the Women of Color Foundation because we believe that professional development for our employees is important, especially our women's population. And so Women of Color is one of the premier organizations to do that work. And so we just thought it was logical that we partner with them.
Yeah. What happens, Lisa Bottoms, at the Women of Color organization? What happens there?
Well, it's really exciting. There is a Women's Leadership Symposium. I am now a part of the faculty of the Women of Color, and I'll be at that symposium on August 18th. And we're really excited because the Women of Color Foundation is working with MyCom, and I've been here in the past to talk to you about MyCom, our youth development initiative, and working together and joining young people with professionals around career awareness and mentoring. So the Women of Color is really coming up, and the partnership is exciting.
What do you want women who attend this, or anybody who attends this program on Thursday, August the 18th, what do you want them to take away with?
That career development is important, that they need to be thinking about their next steps, that there are things that they should be putting into place as they're doing their planning. And so I think those things in preparation, because you never know when your next opportunity is forthcoming.
Yeah. Catherine, you're going to be the panel moderator.
I am.
How are you going to moderate? Where do you want to go with this? You're kind of leading the discussion.
Well, in our population of women, we have women in professional roles, we have administrative women, and we also have women in the plants. And so moderating, we want the women who attend to know that regardless of your role or your stance in your current employment, that you have an opportunity to grow and learn to get you to the next step. So we specifically put the panel together so that it identifies women who have gone different ways to their career paths. And so that's exciting.
Now, this event is going to be Thursday, August the 18th, and you're holding this at the Environmental Maintenance and Services Center of the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. That's at 4747 East 49th Street in Cuyahoga Heights. This is a wonderful event for women to get together on, right?
Absolutely. And it's also an opportunity. Part of what we're doing is offering a tour of our laboratory. When people look at the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, they don't normally look at us as a career opportunity, but we are an employer of choice. And so we want to take every opportunity to expose people to what we do and how we do it. So part of this opportunity will enable people to take a lab tour if they like.
Sooner or later, we all get around a sewer. There's a sewer somewhere in our lives. I know it may sound strange, but sooner or later, we all get there.
Absolutely.
One way or the other. Why do you think this is vital, Lisa Bottoms, to do these kinds of things?
I just think it's important, Leon, because people need to understand, women in particular, have to get to know each other, to network, to figure out where the next opportunity is. You know, nothing is 30 years anymore. And so to make sure that you have the skills and the plan, the goals in place so that you can move to the next level.
Yeah, and I understand that the event is free.
The event is free.
But you've got to register.
Absolutely.
Well, how do we do that now?
You will call in, and the number for that is 391-4300, extension 307. It's free, but you do have to register in advance.
Now, this is open to anybody who wants to go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You said something just a little bit ago that I want to go back to. You said nobody's doing 30 years now. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think the employment realm is so diverse and so constantly turning over that you have to constantly be building your skills. You have to be a lifelong learner and constantly updating your skills and your assets so that when the next opportunity comes, you're able to take advantage of it.
Is that because the world is changing so quickly?
Absolutely,
and
with technology.
Technology and all of that is changing.
Yes.
Very few people will spend 30 years on one job.
Absolutely, and there are jobs that are not even developed yet that in the next 5 years will be hot, and you have to be ready to be available.
And once again, we're in our final minute here. This is going to be Thursday, August the 18th, and it's going to be at the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District Environmental and Maintenance Services Center. That's at 4747 East 49th Street. And there's a telephone call, a telephone number that I can give you, 391-4300 in the 216 area code. We've got that at the bottom of the screen. There's an extension 307. You call there and you can get in lineup. Leave us with a thought on why you think this is vital.
This is important because we want all of our citizens in Cuyahoga County to be working. We want to get the best out of all our employees and their diversity. And so in order to do that, we want to make sure that we showcase the opportunities that are available for people in their careers.
Would you say amen to that?
Amen.
Amen to that? Okay. Well, many thanks. Thank you. Lisa Bottoms, Director of Human Services for Child and Youth Development for the Cleveland Foundation, very much involved in this, and Catherine Hall, Manager of Diversity for the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District. Thank you so much for being on the broadcast.
Thank you,
Thank
Leon.
you for having us.
My pleasure. I'll take a break. I'll be right back. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Back after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. The production of Objectively Reasonable, a community response to the shooting of Tamir Rice, opens on August the 18th at Creative Space at Waterloo Arts in Cleveland. Director Terrence Spivey and Artistic Director of Playwrights Local, David Todd, are both here to tell us more about that. Good to have you with us, Terrence Spivey.
Thank you.
You're Director, and David Todd, you are Artistic Director for Playwrights Local. What is Playwrights Local?
Playwrights Local, it's a new theater company in Cleveland. We've been around for a little bit less than a year now, and the goal is to sort of create a venue for local playwrights to have their work developed and produced. And we do things like have free playwriting classes, and we have some festivals and events, and then we also produce plays, original plays by playwrights, and then also things like this one, which is kind of an ensemble written piece.
Yeah. You're here today to talk about this play, Objectively Reasonable. It runs August the 18th through the September the 4th. I'll give you more information on when and where and ticket prices and all that in just a moment. But let's bring in Terrence Spivey. Terrence, you've been with us several times now.
Yes.
You're now the director of Objectively Reasonable.
Yes.
You're looking at the Tamir Rice shooting, that controversial shooting in 2014 on the Cleveland West Side.
Yes, yes. One thing, when David Todd approached me, they invited me to direct a piece. The first thing I asked, is there going to be a depiction of him? And they said no. It's basically the community response to the shooting. And of course, that made me think art has to make a stand now. And I realize now that it's not about entertaining, informing, and educating. It's about making a stand. It's about also revealing works and words by those who suffer in silence.
So that's the shooting of that 12-year-old boy by a Cleveland police officer. That's the backdrop, right?
Yes.
That's the scene setter.
Yes, yes.
Tell me how you're going to produce this, how this is produced on stage now, David.
So this is what they call documentary style theater. And what we did was we wanted to get some diverse perspectives, so we got an ensemble of playwrights together, 5 playwrights. They all went out, interviewed different people from the community, and we say from within the Cadell neighborhood, the city of Cleveland, and also some people who are related to the whole case. Some people who were just good, had expert opinions about the subject matters. And then we distilled those interviews into monologues, and that's basically the text of the play. So when Terrence says community response, that's really what it is. Again, it's not a narrative depiction or any kind of like traditional drama. It's a series of monologues that address the issue from perspectives of Clevelanders.
Now this is going to run August the 18th through September the 4th at the Creative Space at Waterloo Arts.
Right.
Yeah, that's at 397 East 156th Street in Cleveland. And ticket price is $15 for adults, $12 $20 for seniors, $10 for students. I'll give you more information on all this in just a moment. And you can also go to playwrightslocal.org, playwrightslocal.org, more information on everything we're talking about. David, what do you want people to take away when they see this play?
Well, one thing we wanted to do was first provide some sort of like a venue for a response of any kind. I mean, a place where voices could be heard and opinions could be shared. And that's one of the main things that we think that people can take away from it, is just to get a sense of what people are still thinking about this, how it's impacted people, and not overlooking all of the different facets of the impact of something like this. And so I think rather than prescribe a particular message that we want people to take out of it, I think we just want people to understand the sentiments that are felt and that need to be expressed, basically.
What was the challenge you faced, Terrence, in directing this?
Well, we're still in rehearsals right now. It's nonlinear. It's very stylized. A lot of multimedia. It's really not that difficult because it's something that we've been waiting for, artists. Not just in Cleveland, but throughout, because the theater did something on Ferguson. One was done on Trayvon Martin. So it was time and the actors, we got 9 actors in the show, 2 young kids from Cleveland School of the Arts. And they're gung-ho to really show a perspective from the community's reaction to what happened.
Yeah. Now Tamir Rice, the 12-year-old boy who was killed, he is not portrayed in this production.
No.
This is all reactions of the community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This has got to be packed with emotion because it was such an emotional event in this city and in this nation.
Yes.
Right, absolutely. And that's one reason we didn't need to over-dramatize it. You know, we felt that there was so much power and just the situation, and that we just wanted to kind of tap into that.
Yeah. And what about I talked about ticket prices. Get in line to get these tickets.
Yeah, through our website, playwrightslocal.org. The tickets are on sale through our website, which I think you're going to put the address.
And why the title Objectively Reasonable?
Well, you know, that was one of the justifications in the grand jury case. The idea of that these shootings were deemed objectively reasonable in the opinion of some of the experts that were pulled in by the county prosecutor. And that term just resonated with a lot of people, I think, even nationally, this idea. And we wanted to explore the idea of whether this is reasonable and you know, whether you can call these kinds of things reasonable. Yeah. And that's really where it came from.
Now you interviewed people about this. I mean, to lay your base for these actors. You talked to people about their feelings. So these are the words of people.
Verbatim theater, basically what it's called too. Well, one thing, what I was so excited about is that it brings me back to not that I was there at that time, but during the time of the Civil Rights Movement merging with Black Arts Movement. Right. And now we have Black Lives Matter merging with theater of social justice that's going on right now. And that was what really got me to do that. It took maybe a week for me to decide, but I said, this is very important.
Well, once again, it's called Objectively Reasonable. It's going to be at the Creative Space at Waterloo Arts. That's at 397 East 156th Street. That's on the far northeast side of the city. And it runs August the 18th through September the 4th. And if you go to playwrightslocal.org, playwrightslocal.org, more information on everything we're talking about. Thank you so much, Terrence Spivey, Director of Objectively Reasonable, and David Todd, Artistic Director of Playwrights Local. Many thanks for being on the broadcast.
Thanks for having us.
For bringing this to our attention.
Right,
It's something that is going to be around with us, thinking about for a long, long time. I guarantee on that. This is Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. Coming up, we're going to talk about an innovation forum for students after this. You're in touch with Kaleidoscope. Always glad to have you with me. The Consortium of African American Organizations, better known as KO, launches its 2016 Youth Innovation Forum August the 13th. Executive Director William Holdup Jr. joins me now, along with Lauren Hobbs, who's a graduate of the Youth Innovation Program and the forum. They'll discuss the benefits of the program as well as the deadline for future applications. Good to have you both with us.
Thank you for having me.
William, let's begin with you. You're Executive Director of the Consortium of African American Organizations. Briefly, what does it do?
KO is a collaboration of 7 organizations here in Northeast Ohio will focus on the African American community, and the goal is to come together to try and have an impact as a collaborative versus separately as in silos.
Yeah, and now you've got this Youth Innovation Forum. What is that?
The KO Youth Innovation Forum was created about 10 years ago, and the idea came about as our organization was noticing a lot of statistics around the fact that students are having a hard time once they graduate from college, high school, to get to that first year of college and the transition that takes the process. So
they just need a little help. They just need a little boost there to get them started. You brought with you Lauren Hobbs, who's a graduate of the youth program. How are you, Lauren?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, okay. You're just out of high school, too.
I did. I graduated from Shaker Heights High School.
And where are you going next?
I'm going to the University of Michigan in the fall.
Yeah. What are you going to study?
Musical theater.
Oh, yeah? You've been in theater, too.
Yeah.
I should let the audience know. I've seen Lauren before. She's a wonderful actress, and she starred in The Wiz at Karamu Theater, the lead role as Dorothy in The Wiz. You're absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much.
My wife and I, we sat and just watched you, and such poise you have for. How old are you now?
I'm 17. I'll be 18 in a month.
I remember all. I remember 17 and 18. It was a long time ago, right?
Yeah.
This is what. So she's a good example of what you're trying to do, right?
So we're trying to build critical thinking skills in our students, and the program actually starts off as young as 10 years old. So between 10 and 19, you can participate in the program.
Yeah. And how do people get involved in this program now?
The best way is to come to our orientation that's going to be taking place on August 13th. That's a mandatory meeting where parents and students who are interested in participating come and learn about the program and apply to be in the program.
Yeah, that's Saturday, August the 13th, and your program runs through December the 3rd, I understand.
Yes.
So it's a good chunk of time.
Yes.
And where's this initiation program going to be?
It's going to be at the Cleveland Heights Library on Lee Road.
And that's where everybody meets for all your classes?
Yes, all the classes over there.
And that library, I forget the exact address of it. I don't know if you have it, but it's on Lee Road. I forget the cross street. But we'll try and get that on the air. But at the Cleveland Heights Library, it was good for you, wasn't it, Lauren?
Yes.
Tell me what it did for you.
So back in middle school, when I was just like first figuring out everything, you know, middle school's a really weird transition phase, I got involved with the program, and it was really just great in order to build my confidence and also my leadership skills. And it just gives everybody in the group a sense that they are important and that they matter and that they have brain power to use for the better and to do something in life. And that's what launched me into my career in theater, because I figured, hey, I have these new skills now. I should be using them for something somewhat similar. So it was just a great experience, and it really helped me figure out what I'm doing now.
So that poise that I saw that you brought to the role of Dorothy in The Wiz, a lot of that came as a result of what KO was teaching you about yourself and finding that inner strength.
Yes, exactly. All of the poise that you have on stage can also be interpreted in a business setting. When we were giving presentations with the Youth Innovations Forum, we had to learn public speaking skills, we had to learn how to articulate ourselves, and that's also very important to theater, very translatable to theater. So I feel like all of those skills came up with me to where I am now and helped me get into school and everything.
Well, good for you. We pray that all goes well for you.
Thank you.
You've got quite a career in front of you, I can predict. This is what it's all about.
Yes, exactly.
Now, students, is there a cost for students to get involved in this Youth Innovation Forum?
Yes, there is a cost, and it's a minimum cost of $50, so it's a $45 program fee and a $5 application fee. So compared to other programs out there, this is probably one of the most affordable programs a young youth can participate in.
And our viewers can find more information if they call the number that you've given me of 216-432-9481. Or you can go to KAO, that's CAAO.net. CAAO.net, and CAAO stands for the Consortium of African American Organizations. In our final 15 seconds or so, tell me why you think this is so vital for young people like Lauren.
The program has done wonders here in Cleveland. We've had over 250 students participate, and 100% of those students have graduated from high school, and 100% have actually been accepted to college or trade school.
Yeah. Speaking of college, where are you going?
The University of Michigan.
Going to Michigan, up there with the blue maze in the blue.
Yes, I am.
And studying musical theater.
Musical theater.
We will see you on the stage, I'm certain.
Thank you so much.
When you get to Broadway, will you remember me and give me a shout out from the Broadway stage?
Of course.
As you accept the Tony for Best Actress of the Year.
Oh, I hope so.
She was wonderful in the Kara Moo's production of The Wiz. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Marvelous. Good to see you, Laura.
You too.
Good to see you too, William. Okay. I'll take a break. I'll be right back with Marsha Mockaby, the Urban League, after these words. Very good. Very nicely done. Nicely done.
So nervous.
Time now for Marsha Mockaby, the Urban League President and CEO of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland, who always has some thoughts about how the town's doing.
Well, I tell you, Leon, it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
As we know, we just recently finished with the Republican National Convention, and wow, did Cleveland do us proud.
Yeah.
Cleveland
looked
did
pretty
us
good.
proud.
We looked very good.
The town looked good, and I'll tell you a couple of things that I was particularly really encouraged and proud of is with all the police presence that we had in the city, they were out in force, but it didn't feel militaristic. Mm-hmm. They were engaging. They were very human in their presence, and I just really want to give kudos to Chief Calvin Williams for the amazing job that he did in leading that effort.
In leading the Cleveland Police.
Absolutely.
And all the other police officers, and the Secret Service was there, federal agents were there, and visiting police from other communities helping out, you know.
Right,
Just in the event they were needed.
Right.
But everything went well.
Right. But our leadership, I think, set the tone for what we wanted the responses to be, and I'm very proud of that.
One of the things I heard is that Cleveland is going to be a model for other cities doing similar things.
I think so.
I'm certain Philadelphia, you know, has taken
some notes.
Took some notes.
Yes,
took some notes, and
yes,
other cities,
indeed.
other cities as well. So I'm really very proud of Cleveland and how the city responded to this RNC. Also, some money came in.
Yes.
I mean, we figured that it was about a $300 million benefit for the city with hotels and restaurants.
Right.
And things
And the Urban League actually had a pop-up shop with 11 minority vendors who actually benefited from the crowds at the RNC. So it was a good day for the Urban League, good day for the city.
So Marsha Mockaby is running a pop-up shop right now. Very nice. On a here and there. Take care, everybody. Be well.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.